Namaste. My name is Rui Simra. I'm International Meditation Master. Today I want to speak about Carlos Castaneda or Don Juan quotes. They're quite hard to understand. I try to explain them a little bit. Okay. The trick is in what one emphasizes. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves happy. The amount of work is the same. Okay. Never take a part that has no heart in it. You can't lose if your heart is in your work, but you can't win if your heart is not in it. So on the inner part, you should follow always your heart. If you don't do so, you have done it totally wrong. Then you have followed your ego and have made your ego fat. And this means more suffering. Better to lose and follow your heart than to follow the ego, because the ego is our enemy. We don't need more to be thankful for, we just need to be more thankful. In a world where death is a hunter, my friend, there is no time for regrets or doubts. There is only time for decisions. Just go forward. The past you can't change. Okay. The self-confidence of the warrior is not the self-confidence of the average man. The average man seeks certainty in the eyes of the onlooker and calls it self-confidence. The warrior seeks impeccability in his own eyes and calls it humbleness. The average man is hooked to his fellow man, while the warrior is hooked only to infinity. As a God seeker, you are hooked or should hooked to the Lord. Nothing else. All the other thing is just Maya. Sure, we have to solve our problems, but if we are involved in the Maya, then we are identified with the subjects and objects. And we can't make a good, true decision because we are identified. And if we look from upwards, connected to the Lord, then we are partially neutral. And if we are partially neutral, we can make the best decisions. The ego is like a tired old dog. We can never kill it, so put it out on the back porch. Let it rest there and step around it. The same is true, told us Ramakrishna. Make the ego a servant to the Lord. Then everything is fine. We cannot kill it. We cannot kill our ego. There is no enlightenment or moksha or something else. It's just a hoax of religion to exploit the people. One day I found out that personal history was no longer necessary for me like drinking. I dropped it. Little by little, you must create a fog around yourself. You must erase everything around you until nothing can be taken for granted, until nothing is any longer for sure or real. Your problem now is that you are too real. Your endeavors are too real, and your moods are too real. Don't take things so for granted. You must begin to erase yourself. This I make for sure. Then is telling us, become that body before you have took birth, because this is your true self. Without all the brainwashing that we got from the society, from the politicians, without any assumptions, be free. Okay. And that it's so hard to do. So still we should try it, okay? We never can succeed, okay? Things don't change, only the way you look at them. Self-importance is man's greatest enemy. This means ego is man's greatest enemy. As long as a man feels that he is the most important thing in the world, he cannot really appreciate the world around him. If you're full of wonder and see how beautiful the world is, then you are in your heart and you are not in your ego, and then you can enjoy the world. Otherwise, never. Humbleness, with humbleness, if you see everything with humbleness, the world becomes shiny. Feeling importance makes one heavy, clumsy, and vain. To be a warrior, one needs to be light and fluid. Will is what you can make you succeed when your thoughts tell you that you are defeated. Your problem is that you think you have time. You lose time, okay. A warrior lives by acting, not by thinking about acting, nor by thinking about that he will think when he has finished acting. The world is such and such or so and so only because we tell ourselves that that is the way it is. We live on assumptions. Drop all the assumptions and be open for the here and now. Then you are at least 3 or 4 times happier and more successful in every area. Assumptions are killing us. They are brainwashed in us through the society. Okay? And through yourself. Do you know at this very moment you are surrounded by eternity, and do you know that you can use it, eternity in your, if you so desire? The thing is, we are identified with the body, and if we go beyond this identification of the body, and that is possible, but after you have to do very much exercise, then you see that everything is you, or everything is your body. There is no limit, there is no border anymore. I can explain it again and again. You have to be in that a moment to give up your identification, and this is possible. Okay. But even it is possible, afterwards you're back in your body and you're the same idol as before. Okay? Think this over. Then you're the same idol as before. You can go out and you can see, connect with the eternity. If you come back, you're the same idol. It takes all the time and energy we have to conquer the idiocy in us. For sure. I'm never angry at anybody. No human being can do anything important enough for that. You get angry at people when you feel that their acts are important. I don't feel that way any longer. Yes, Don Juan was in this state. I'm not in that state, okay. It is just as it is. The politicians have no power if you ignore them. You live what you live, and there is no politician who is watching you. You do just the things what you like and finish. One must have something to die for in order to have something to live for. This is about hero, but it is also for the inner part correct. So you connect to the Lord and you say His will should happen, and you follow the commands of the Lord. So you live for the Lord. And so you die for the Lord also. And still you are connected to the Lord. That is the trick, okay. Thank you that I could speak about this, and bye.